Good morning, this is Airpost Creations 2021. This is my Shaman Oracle reading. I spontaneously decided to talk a bit about Indian American tribes, how they lived and live, how they have their different customs, and where they settled down in the Americas and so forth. And today I will speak of the Hopi tribe, but following up will come Iroquois and Lakota, although of course there are many more tribes to talk about, but I rely on my old school notes that I have, and so I like to stick to the notes. And in one video, we will also learn about the Aboriginals of Australia, which have the longest continuous cultural history of any group of people on Earth. And in the end, we learn a bit about the Maya, the Aztecs, and the Incas to finish it up. So it will take several videos to get it done. So today, as I said, it will be the Hopi tribe. But before that, I like to have a saying. It is a Zen Buddhist saying, namely, it is okay to doubt what you have been taught to believe. Now here comes the Hopi tribe, and here on the table is displayed the Hopi flag. In the middle is a circle dedicated to the four directions, divided by a cross to signify the four directions, namely north, south, east, and west. The circle has a deeper meaning for the Hopi people. It is a continuous pattern of life and death, the path of the sun and the moon, the shape of the family home, which is the teepee, and the shape of the drum that the tribes use. So, who and where did the Hopi originally come from? Not who, but where did the Hopi original come from? Well, they took a northerly route via the Bering Straits, migrating from Asia to Central and South America. And there was also an influence of people from Polynesia, China, and even a small Viking presence as well. So the civilization of the Hopi was mostly based on agriculture, with corn being their main product. The Hopi are the westernmost group of the so-called Pueblo Indians, and they are now in northeastern Arizona. The group is called Pueblo people because they lived in villages called pueblos in Spanish. Hopi, they are also known as the oldest living culture of Indians, having migrated north to Arizona in the 12th century. The Hopi are believed to be descendants from Anasazi, who were related to the Mexican Aztecs. The Native American tribes called America Turtle Island, a name given to the North America's continent in many Native American cultures. And the name Turtle Island relates to the mythologies of the Indian tribes, but every tribe has a slightly different version of Turtle Island and how it came to be. So Turtle Island is not just a term, but is a symbol of life, about having resilience and a deep spiritual connection to the earth. Understanding this is important to understand Native American people and appreciating the rich cultural heritage of these people with regards to their relationship to and with the land. Turtle Island is a name given to the lands known as North and Central America. So believed indigenous people that their land was formed on the back of a turtle. The core of this creation story relates to a time when the planet was covered by water. The turtle is said to support the world and is the icon of life itself. The main symbol of the Hopi flag that you see here is the white stripe in the middle with a black circle dividing the four quarters by a black cross relating to north, south, east, and west. So the turtle symbol is deeply rooted in Hinduism. Here, Akupara is a tortoise who carries the world on its back and so upholding the earth and the sea. One avatar of God Vishnu is the giant turtle Kurma, and there is a temple called Sri Kurman Temple, which is dedicated to the Kurma avatar and is in Andhra Pradesh. The Pueblo peoples, they were advanced farmers, and the Hopi had a highly developed knowledge regarding agriculture, and they called their agriculture certain way dry farming. And this dry farming, instead of plowing their fields, the Hopi farmers placed so-called windbreakers in the fields at selected intervals, and that way the soil was kept with enough moisture during the times of little rainfall. They also knew how to plant the seeds into the soil in arid fields, so making possible to raise corn, beans, squash, melons, and other crops in a landscape that appeared to be inhospitable to farming. Not only that, but Hopi planted cotton and tobacco as well, and they raised turkeys for meat. So soon Thanksgiving is coming up in the US, so then you need your turkeys for your celebration. The Hopi have a creation story of the sun spirit or god called Tawa, and this god formed the first world out of endless space called Tokpela. The Hopi creation story tells of ancestors climbing up through underground chambers called kivas. The Hopi are seen as the guardians of the sacred land, and they are a matriarchal society, meaning that children are born into the clan of their mothers, and the children, they are named after each child is introduced to the sun. Then the women gather around and they name the child in honor of the father's clan, but the mother's name is carried forth in a new generation. Sacred traditions, they begin at birth. The newborn in the Hopi society is kept in a darkened room for 20 days. In that room, the wall is covered with stripes of cornmeal, and there are 4 stripes on the wall, 1 stripe signifying 5 days each, adding up to 20 days with 4 stripes. The first 5 days symbolize the time spent underground before the first emergence into the first world. The next 5 days are symbolizing the emergence within the second world. Another 5 days symbolize the emergence into the third world, and the last 5 days is the emergence into the fourth world. With the symbolic emergence of each world, a cornmeal stripe is removed from the wall, and at the completion of the 20 days, the child is taken outside and presented to the sun spirit Tawa. The child is also presented with 2 perfect ears of corn, showing the value given to corn in the Hopi society. Hopi believed in great breathing mountains, in talking stones, and in corn stalks being alive and playing a part in the spiritual world. So for the Hopi, the kiva is a place having the authority to conduct religious ceremonies. It is the most important of all ceremonies. The kiva so represents the world below, from where the people originally came from. It is a sunken place that is made deep into the Mother Earth, symbolic of the mother's womb, and the kiva is a cylindrical and a large enough place to hold several clans for celebration. Another essential part of a celebration is called a peho. Such a peho is a prayer feather. Usually it is an eagle feather, but any other feather will do, as it is not so easy to find eagle feathers. And so each feather is good as long as it has been purified and blessed. There is great preparation going into the celebration of a peo, a major ritual of all ceremonies held in the kiva there is an ancient tradition attached to a peo. The story is that when the Hopi emerged from the fourth world, they met eagle, and they asked the eagle for permission to live on the land. And after they had passed many tests given to them by the eagle, then this eagle gave his permission, and a feather was also given to them. The eagle told them to use the feather whenever they want to send a message to Father Sun, the Creator. And the eagle said the following to them, quote, I am the conqueror of air and master of height. I am the only one who has the power of space above. I represent the loftiness of the spirit and can deliver your prayers. Quote end. There is no Hopi ceremony ever conducted without cornmeal. Cornmeal from Mother Corn is the substance of life itself. Mother Corn is the same as Mother Earth to the Hopi. Cornmeal is used in different ceremonies. In the kiva, where the road of life is drawn using cornmeal, so that the kashinas, which are the spirits, can find their way, visiting the village and following the path of the cornmeal. And then the kachina dancers, they are sprinkled with cornmeal as they are welcomed. And the Hopi have a Hopi tea that they make of the native plant called Telesperma megapotamicum. It is a medicinal remedy as well as a yellow dye that they use for many different things, like dyeing clothing or for the paint they use for pottery. Hopi are known to have many potters, sculptors, painters, illustrators, basket makers, and carvers of the famous Kachina dolls. The Hopi live by an ethic of peace and goodwill, and Hopi means well-mannered people, being civilized, polite, and peaceful, and living in accordance to the Hopi way. They have total respect of all living beings and live in accordance with the instructions of Masa, the creator and caretaker of the earth. That was about Hopi. Next time we might do the Iroquois. Okay? So that was that today. I hope you enjoyed it. Wishing you a beautiful day today. And tomorrow I think I shall come back with some short something for the weekend reading. So take care, sending out love, and goodbye.